Hello. It's just Sophie here. Vic has left me. Actually, really sadly, she had a funeral today, so she couldn't be here for this record. But we actually weren't planning on putting a proper episode out this week. And that is because we've had a really exciting opportunity. So last year I can't even remember how it came about. Someone put us in touch with the CEO of Flight Studio. Her name's Georgie, and she works really closely. She's basically in a business partnership with another CEO who owns Flight Studio and Stephen Bartlett. So it's like a joint venture. And we had a meeting with her, and it was just the most exciting thing that's happened to Vic and I, really, honestly, in a long time. So we went into this room, we met her, we spoke about the Curve, we played like a little trailer, and we just spoke about like what we were trying to do at the Curve and how it's evolved over time and blah, blah, blah. And basically at the end of the meeting, she was like, love what you're doing, love the podcast. The whole premise of Flight Studio is creating content that has a positive impact on the world, that's creating value and educating people, democratizing experts, like all of that, which makes total sense with the content that is coming out of Flight Studio, particularly with Diary of a CEO. Anyway, for those who don't know, Stephen Bartlett is like, would we say the king of podcasting? Kind of. He's like, I would say the biggest podcaster in the world. I'm actually not sure if he's surpassed Joe Rogan, but he's up there. I feel like I'm maybe explaining something that everyone's listening, like, yeah, know who he is. But basically, the end of this meeting, we were asked if we would put together a trailer for Stephen to watch himself. Stephen Bartlett watching a trailer of The Curve. I don't know if I'm having a total fangirl moment here, if this is like absolutely embarrassing, but I honestly think this would be a career highlight. Like the fact that one of the biggest podcasters in the world is looking at a trailer of our podcast. I mean, anyway, this is really exciting for us. So our amazing producer, Emily, has so many podcasts that she's working on. And it's one of those things where like we keep just being like, yep, we'll do the trailer next week. And we just never have time. So we thought this week we're not going to put a proper podcast episode out. We just thought we would let you know why. And we weren't going to do this. And I was like, do you know what? When we were raising capital a year ago, we were in a similar position. We didn't have the time to edit a podcast. And so I just jumped on and left a little note saying we're raising capital and we don't have time to release a podcast, but please keep listening and subscribe to the show so that you are notified when the show comes back and things like that. So this is just a note to say thank you so much for listening. The fact that our community has grown so much in the last 4 years to the point where we're even having a meeting with someone at Flight Studio is absolutely wild to me. But it's things like following the show. So if you listen on Spotify, you can hit follow. It's commenting on a podcast episode, putting your thoughts, your ideas, or any questions you have. It's sharing it with a friend. It's sharing it on Instagram or wherever you use social media. Like those types of things help more than you could ever understand. And so just thank you for everyone who has done that. The fact that we have this opportunity is not just a reflection of the Curve team and the work that we put into this podcast, but really it's about the community and all of you who listen and share it with your friends and, speak to your marketing person at work who then ends up deciding to do a partnership with us or asking for us to come and do a corporate workshop. Like all of those types of things are what keeps our business going. And so, just wanted to say thank you and let you know what we're up to behind the scenes. And we will be back next week to regular programming. Well, actually, maybe we won't be. We'll see how long it takes Emily to put the trailer together. But, we've got to make sure it's bloody good. So we've got one shot here, and I'm imagining that his attention span is probably not more than a minute. So we've got to make sure it's a good one. Perhaps since we've shared that this is something we're working on, we could actually put the trailer that we end up showing Stephen Bartlett on like our socials or on our website so that you can see what we've worked on. But TBC on that. For now, have a stunning week and we will be back next week.